folks. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I was on the phone. Come on.
Experience one of the most powerful pathogens in the world. Sourced from high elevation.
Okay. Hang on a second. My mouth is still tender. Give me a second here. I want to pop out the chat. Hi, everybody. What a difference. I'm still sore up here and down here, but it is nothing like what I've been going through. And here's my first hot cup of tea since I had my teeth pulled. Hey, I'm going to give everybody a minute to get in, even though I was late. If you want me to say hi, please say hi in the comments so that I can, so that you'll end up on my participants list and I can say hi back. How's everybody doing today? Oh my gosh. Hang on a second. Let me just turn off my things here. And I got to share this with. I'll be right back. If I buffer out, don't worry about it, okay? Where are you? Hey, how's everybody doing? I did not realize how long this has been going on. This has been going on well over a month. And I went to the dentist yesterday. Now, I know some people couldn't watch me getting my last tooth pulled. And when I went, it wasn't pain. It was like I could feel him. I could feel it pulling. And when I said I felt that, I felt it pop out of my mouth. And I actually wanted him to take this one and this one. And he said, no. He said, for starters, he said, all of your teeth are loose. Like almost all of my uppers are loose. And he said, I want you to come back in for a deep cleaning, which Howie's insurance covers once a year. He wants me to go in for a deep cleaning and then a total assessment of my teeth, and we'll figure out where to go from there. Why is hang on a second. I think I've got my size on my thing too small. Hang on. Yeah, I do. It's at 80%. I need it at 100 so I can see the chat better. Okay, F11, restore chat, pop it out. So I got to tell you something, folks. Does any of you remember back when they put me on this new sleeping medication that was working, but it drove me nuts? I was getting 6 hours of sleep a night, and it was driving me. I didn't know until it was almost too late that it was interfering with my mood meds. So I don't think I've gotten over 5, maybe 6 hours sleep once or twice a month in one shot since. Last night, I just figured it out. I thought I got 6. I got 7 hours straight sleep last night. Got up, got Howie off to work, and went back to bed and got 5 more. Can you believe it? You have pain is an exhausting thing, right? And when you're in pain, so let me turn that down a little bit. No, I don't want to blind you with my teeth. And head pain is the worst. Like when you saw me chomping down, I would never chomp down on a piece of paper towel on a live stream unless it was the only way I could talk. You know what I mean? Well, the thing is I did have a cavity. This tooth right here had a cavity, and the one behind it was severely loose. And someone said, well, why didn't you get root canal? And he said, we can do root canal. I said, no root canal. Last time I had root canal done, the tooth shattered in 6 weeks on yogurt, eating yogurt. The tooth shattered. And he said, we can do root canal. He said, but I don't recommend it. He said, because you can see there's only 1 or 2 canals in that tooth. He could only see one. And the cavity went right up to the nerve. And he said, it's precarious because it's so close to the nerve. We don't know if there's 2 canals in there or 1. And he said you've got a significant amount of bone loss that would make root canal not necessarily a good option because it probably wouldn't last. The tooth would still have to, come out later. So I've been going through a cycle of night pain in my shoulder. I'm not sure what to do about it. Try sleep, Waldo. Try sleep. Do you have a recliner? Try sleeping in a recliner. Because we have a tendency to roll over on our shoulders, and I sleep on my shoulder, but I sleep like this to support my shoulders, right? On my side, right? So, hey, Mary, let me say hi to everybody. Everybody, you've got 94 people in here. Let me say hi. So if you've already said hello or spoken, Angela M., Angela Passmore, Barefoot Chickens, Katrina Babe, Darlene Smith, Elaine Marie, Jennifer, Gabriel Susan, Jeannie Myrtle. That's a beautiful name. Hilltop Happenings, Waldo, Julia Johnson McGee. These keep jumping. Karen Lester, KB Canner. Well, let's do it this way. KB. Oh no, that's not going to work. Canner, Lynn Smith, Marie, Mary Jane Will, Michelle J, Minnesota Farmer's Wife, Pam Robinson, Patricia Griffith, Rosie, Ruby, Susie. Whoa, Susie Q. Whoa, Susie Q. Susie Q, baby, I love you, Susie Q. Sorry, every Susie pretty much gets it. Tina Elliott and Yellow Bird up high in banana tree. So, I am quite friggin' perky today. Also, this is my first hot cup of tea since I got my teeth pulled yesterday. He said no hot. And I'm still on soft foods because it wouldn't be so bad if I could chew on one side of my mouth, but this one came out and these 2 came out. So chewing anything is precarious. I actually, for the first time in I don't know how many years, I asked Howie to bring home plain white Texas toast bread because we normally eat 14 grain bread, and the thought of getting a seed in one of these sockets right now, just so I just had pasta noodles and a bit of butter and a bit of garlic and Parmesan last night for supper, and it took me a half an hour to eat it, and it was just a little bit because I was teething everything here in the front of my mouth. And then this morning I had some toast and tea. The tea was not overly hot. I made it warm so that I could dip my toast in it. Oh my God, you have no idea. Like now, if you don't want to see my mouth, please turn away from the thing right now. Because I know it bothers some people. I know that some people are like, oh, you're triggering me when watching my tooth get pulled. I actually filmed more, but I didn't get him doing the other 2 teeth, so I just didn't bother. Now, somebody said, you said Novocaine doesn't work on you, and obviously it did. I told the dentist that the last time I had 1 tooth extracted, she had to do 10 injections in my face. 10. And she legally, by law and medically, could not give me any more than that. And he said, and she's right. He said, there's only so much we can give you. He said, but now that I know that, I can give you something stronger. And he froze all around the gums with some kind of gel. And then he put injections. The injections were the first injection into here, and then he went behind my mouth, in here, and then in here. So he froze on both sides. And the first couple injections were, he said, you're doing really well for someone who doesn't like needles. And I pulled up my sleeve and showed him my tattoos. I said, I have no problem with needles. I have a problem with needles in my mouth because I've never had a really good experience at the dentist. That all changed yesterday. I told him that. I said, I've never had a good experience. The only reason I'm here is because I can't stand the pain another minute. And he said, we're going to change how you feel about dentists today. And he did. I'm going back in 2 weeks to get a full mouth x-ray, full set of mouth x-rays, because he told me, like he showed me, can I get a piece of paper here? Okay. Now give me a second. I'm gonna show you the way he showed me on x-rays. Okay. There's 2 teeth. Okay. We'll put another one in there just because. Okay. Now he said, in your teeth, these are your teeth, and your bone really comes to right about here, right? Mine was doing this. He said this tooth was attached to nothing but nerve and tissue, and it was the one you saw him pull out, right? So I was telling him, well, I said this one still hurts and this one still hurts. I said pull them. Right? Because I had my mouth frozen. I wasn't dicking around, right? And he said, no. He said, for starters, this could be radial pain. And I said, I don't know what the word he used. He said, because you've been in so much pain for so long, the rest of your teeth are in the rest of your teeth and bones and everything are in that area are in sympathy. I would rather wait. I said, but they're loose. He said, I would rather wait to see what we can do to save what teeth you have left. And I said, and they do so, and I said, then maybe we'll talk about partial plates. He said, let's clean your teeth, like do a deep cleaning. He said, when was the last time you had a deep clean? I said, never. He said, okay, there's an issue right there. And he said, you know, why? He said, you've got a significant amount of bone loss for your age. And I explained to him that I had heavy metals. I was exposed for a length of time to heavy metals when I was a kid. My brother Bob and we both have cartilage, soft tissue damage, and bone loss and cartilage loss. And somebody else told me fibromyalgia will do that too. So I've got strikes all over the place, right? My favorite part of the dentist is feeling the little prick in my mouth. I'm not going to say nothing. So, I'm so happy for you. I have an awesome dentist. He is a forensic orthodontist for Canada, and the new dentist with him is learning to be as good as this guy was only. I said, you look younger than my sons, and he's like Briar's age. He's like Briar's age, and I told him when I'm looking up at him, I said, you know, you got, and he can understand what you're saying, even though you're Hey, you got a little high. He said, thank you. I said, you understood that? And he said, yeah. I said, well, I wasn't like being sexist or anything. I said, but this close to me, I noticed you have really beautiful eyes. He said, it's a compliment and I thank you. Right? Because I said, I'm not no sugar shark or nothing. So look, if you don't want to see my mouth, please look away right now. Here is, these 2 teeth are now gone. And that wiggly one back there is gone. Yeah, that was cute. That was cute. But shouldn't it have been the best part of going to the dentist was having the prick in my mouth? I don't know. So you're not getting a video for tomorrow because I'm resting today. Yes, I'm really feeling really good, but my mouth is still tender. I'm still on soft foods. I'm enjoying my cup of tea. And Howie's getting himself a shawarma. He was supposed to get a shawarma last night and he forgot, of all things. How can you forget to get a shawarma? But I'm gonna have pasta again tonight, and then tomorrow I'm starting to feel like he said all of these teeth up here are all loose. And so I'm not going to push it, Tina. That's the whole point. I'm not going to push it. I've done a load of dishes and I packed up my dehydrated potatoes in the jars, and I still have a bag and a half of potatoes left to do, but I'm going shopping with Briar tomorrow, And on my way home, I'm going to take Briar shopping. And on my way home, I'm going to get a couple of bags of carrots. So you know what's on this weekend? Carrots. My potatoes can actually wait another few days because I want to can some pints of just, little cubes for like hash browns and stuff. My mouth don't look bad. Well, that's because all the teeth are in the back. But my face is caving in. But now, I swear, I look like I was drooling. I had big wads in my mouth and stuff like that. Because he said, now that you've told me about your freezing, he said, we'll do something stronger. We'll try something stronger. And he really, really numbed me up good. Like I was still going with this lip last night at like 7 o'clock, right? I'm canning my whole turkey when I get it. Awesome. Canning, crafting, crocheting through life always. You don't look swollen at all. Well, I have some swelling here and a little bit of swelling here, but you can't see it. You can't see it. I wanted to sing to him, but I couldn't, I would have spit all over him. You've got the magic touch. I said, what's your name? He said, Dr. Saloon. And he showed me up there on the wall. And I went, you know what? You're my dentist. You're my dentist. And he said, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. He said, I'm glad I've removed some of the fear. And I said, no, you've removed all the fear, right? I've never had a good experience at the dentist. So my dentist had to all the time gas me since I have bad time of biting the dentist's hands in my mouth. So I have to be gassed. I've never had gas. I like it? No. I don't know what you're saying, if I like it or not. No. But the fear is gone of going to the dentist, as long as it's this guy, right? That's what I said. Your dentist has a TV on the ceiling. I told it's a fairly new clinic. I've only seen it there for a couple of years, but their staff is amazing. They have an elevator. I couldn't find the elevator. And so when I went in, I had to go up 2 flights of stairs. It took me 10 minutes. It's a good thing my appointment had been pushed forward another 15 minutes, because it took me 10 to get up the stairs. And then I said to them, do you not have an elevator? And they said, yeah, we do. But I would have had to push the button to call them, and they would have opened the door, and then I would have pushed and held on the button. It's just a manually operated. It's electric, but it's a manually operated. And so when I left, she showed me how to operate it. And she said, next time you come, press the buzzer downstairs on the other door and tell us you need the elevator. And we'll unlock the door, and you just push this button and hold it. And it'll until it's there. And then the door opens, and then you get in and you push the next button to go up, right? I don't eat 3 hours before I go to the dentist. You have a terrible gag reflex. My cousin told me, one of my cousins told me she had all her upper teeth removed and she got an upper plate, and she said it causes her to gag. She can't stand it. So I don't know, but I think I have no chewing teeth left. These can chew, but there's nothing up top for them to chew against. Ow. So I'm going to ask. I said to him, I said, I'm going to ask. I want to know if we get to that point of partial plates. I want to know if you take a payment plan, because I'm like, pfft, right? So I never went to the dentist that I remember. My dad said we took us when we were little. Mom, because he got it through his work, but we all had great teeth. And they said, no worries. But when I was 13, I had a cavity, and they filled it with the metal. And I'll tell you something, I can still feel and taste the feeling in my mouth of tinfoil touching that metal filling. And because I had heavy metal issues about 4 years before getting that cavity filled, I think it contributed to the bone loss. Until I lost that tooth had to be pulled, root canaled, and then pulled, and then root canaled, then shattered, and then pulled, right? But for the years that I had that metal filling in there, I think it did more damage to my teeth because I already had heavy metal issues and bone loss and tissue damage from that. My grandson's teeth came in hollow. What, did his teeth come in the last couple of years? Because that's when all that stuff started. Hey, Monster Mama. Good, Tina. I'm glad to hear it. I have to have my plate to eat. It works. Well, I'm just really grateful that I can still smile. But you can see the gaps. So my smile isn't as beautiful as it used to be, but at least it's more genuine because I'm not fighting pain. Next time I go, I will ask him for a copy of my x-rays so that I can show y'all the bone loss in my mouth, right? Because it said right on it, you know, you have a right to all of your paperwork, all of your stuff. So I'm going to ask them if they can send me an email with all of my x-rays so I can show y'all. Right? If it's at all possible, any medical thing I go through, I share with you guys. Like I said, I told him, I told him that what I do on YouTube. And I told him I filmed my colonoscopy, my last colonoscopy. He said, really? And I said, yeah. And he goes, and I said, you know, am I going to be in your way if I hold my arm up? And he said, no, there was a couple of times I had to put my arm down so he could actually get right in my face. But he let me film it. So, which was really cool. Thank you, Lena K. Too much pain, in my opinion, is the worst pain. Well, the worst pains I've ever experienced in my life have been, and I wish I was a YouTuber back when I had that thing that got in my ear and my whole face went up like that. I ended up in the hospital. My jaw pushed over. It was just swollen out like this. Ear pain and tooth pain are the worst. Ear pain and tooth pain are the absolute worst. When he was a baby, he is 9 now. We are hoping his adult teeth will be fine. Oh, poor baby. Hollow teeth, that would be just the worst. You fill all my... Oh my God. Like my empty heart. Okay, I'm not going to say that one out loud, Waldo, because we don't want to get a strike on the channel for sexual innuendo. But I just wanted to come on and let you guys know that there's going to be probably no video tomorrow. I am going shopping with Briar tomorrow, and so there will be a shopping video. Today, I'm just going to work on catching up. Like I'm going to clean up take the potato peels out, empty the garbage, and finish doing the dishes, and sweep the floor, and vacuum the rug, and then I'm going to watch some TV. So I have a high tolerance of pain. That's what the doctor said. You know, for someone who doesn't like needles, you're doing really well. And I went, I'm not afraid of needles. I just don't like them in my mouth, right? And the amount of pain I'm in. So he took a Q-tip, and there was only one time I felt pain was when he got something really, really cold and he tapped. I don't know what he did, but he tapped on a couple of teeth, and I was like, my ass went right off the chair. Oh, yeah. And he goes, yeah, I figured that one. He said, that's the one with the cavity, right? Half of why I don't talk out loud in public. You and I'd be great together in public. I told you, it took Howie 12 years to be used to going out in public with me. Because he just didn't know I would be walking down the street and it would be a beautiful day. And I would say, you know, it's a wonderful morning as we were walking down the street or stuff. And it took him 12 years of us together before he just realized, he stopped being embarrassed and started looking at people's reactions, and he saw that they were all positive. Like, I'm starting to look forward to going shopping in December. My last grocery shopping in December. Do you know why? Because they play Christmas music over the speakers. And the last year, or was it the year before, I went shopping and they were playing Christmas music, and it was, I forget what song it was, but I started singing away in the produce section. And the next thing I know, there's 3 other people across the produce section singing with me. And we all looked at each other and went, have a nice day. You know, it's, you know, I'm one of those people. Do you anybody ever seen the movie Elf? Where he walks in and he goes, "Oh, that's a beautiful dress. It's very purpley." And she said, "Thank you." I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people that will say, "Oh, wow, that's a beautiful color on you." Or, "Oh, you have a beautiful smile." Or, "Oh, you have beautiful eyes." It doesn't cost anything to be nice and to share your thoughts when they're good thoughts with people. Because, for instance, me saying the other day about, it's my job. It's always been my job as Howie's wife, when he gets home from a hard day's work, to have a meal waiting for him. Usually a hot meal. Last night, Howie cooked his own supper. He made himself a couple of hamburgers on buns with fried onions and stuff. You know why? Because I couldn't eat and he didn't want to do that to me. Right? That's my husband. Okay? What's he getting tonight because I still can't eat? He's getting himself a shawarma. So I don't wait on my husband hand and foot. We look after each other when, all the time and whenever necessary. So, oh, Dana, that's awesome, isn't it? Christmas vacay. Let's contact the halls and light the lights. Get a toasty fire burning bright. That one? La 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 la, carry us away. Hip hip hooray for Christmas vacation. Yeah, we got to watch that this year. We haven't seen it in a while. I was at Costco the other day, and they asked me after I was done at the cashier if I would walk around and spread some more happiness throughout the store. Oh, well, I'm taking Briar shopping tomorrow, and he still gets in. He still hasn't figured it out. But we've done a few. We've made a few weird conversations in the grocery store that had people looking, right? And Briar has no problem if I go, "Briar, where are you?" And he'll say, "Marco Polo," kind of. Well, he won't say that, but it's kind of that kind of thing, right? It's Santa. Hi, it's me, buddy. I know him. I know him. Santa. You're not Santa. Yes, I am. No, you're not. He's not Santa. Right? Because he was so excited. I love that movie. We had a cat catch fire one year at Grandma's. Candles and fuzzy tails don't mix. Now listen. Let's talk. What's the date today? Today is October 18th. It's my sister-in-law. Hang on a second. I'm going to make sure. Let me just make sure she has this, because I want to say happy birthday to her. Let me see if she's online. Okay. I just sent this to my sister-in-law, Kathy. You're not Santa! Right? So, I'm an elf, right? Hey, Candy, how's it going? Excuse me. Excuse me, I gotta blow my nose. Yesterday was my nephew Mikey's birthday, and I sent him a text. And I hope my sister-in-law Kathy is watching, because I'm going to do this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, sweet Kathy. Happy birthday to you. Kathy, if you see this, give Bob a kiss for me, okay? And tell him I'm well on my way to being a toothless old grump like him. So, now let's talk about the Seeds of Hope greeting card exchange. It's now past the middle of October, and we're going to talk about it. Okay? Good for you. I bet your back is screaming. Sit down until it stops. Okay? That's my best thing. Don't push past that pain. There is a house in and around Stittsville area that decorated for Christmas with the theme of elf. Oh, that's nice. I'm going to have to go look at that. The Magic of Lights is coming back to Ottawa, and I'm hoping my mother-in-law can come up one more time to go for a drive and stay overnight, maybe for a weekend. And I'll gladly give up my bed for Karen and Howie's bed for Mom before he moves it downstairs, and then there's no place for her to sleep up here except my bed, right? So I hope they do it again this year. It sounds like they put a lot into it. Now, time is coming for the Seeds of Hope Garden Exchange, right? And what that is we started it through the Connected Respectful Hearts Facebook page, but it's gone through into my channels here. And what the Seeds of Hope greeting card exchange, let me just see if I have an old packet of seeds here. Okay. I wouldn't use those, but what are these? Bean Blowhild. Okay. All right. Oh, this is Peruvian purple maize. Peruvian purple corn. Okay. Let's get a card. Let's get a card. Okay. This is the season. This is the Seeds of Hope greeting card exchange, right? We're going to do this starting the 1st of December, but I have to get things assembled before the 1st of December. And so we're going to start this in November, in less than 2 weeks. And what this is when the time comes, I'm going to give the USA folks an email address to enter. Now, this is the way it works. There's going to be 2 email addresses, one USA and one Canada, okay? And when you commit, now, if you don't have the seeds right now to give away 5 packets of seeds, do not enter. It isn't fair to the people who get your card, okay? So the Seeds of Hope exchange is you commit to sending out 5 cards in December to 5 different people, probably strangers, maybe somebody from here, from on here. But this is the way it works. It's kind of like the chain letter of hope, right? So what you do is you email me at the address I give you, and that says, and what you say is, you put in the subject line, Seeds of Hope, and in the bottom, you give me your full name, not YouTube name, your full name, first and last name, your address, and your address, okay? You can put your growing zone if you want. There's no guarantee I can match up growing zones, okay? But I will try. Then you get a list of 5 other names and addresses to who you're going to send 1 greeting card and 1 packet of garden seeds. They can be herbs, they can be garden seeds. If you want to add a flower seed to it, go right ahead. But what we're doing is building gardens here, building sustainable gardens, right? So you're going to send out 5 different greeting cards. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, or you're Jewish, or you don't celebrate anything like that, then just send a normal greeting card. And please don't get offended if you get a Christmas card in reply, or get a Christmas card with seeds in it, because 'tis the season, right? But the cards are the delivery method for the seeds. So you email me your name, and I'm not doing this today. I'm not giving you the email addresses today. You email me your name and address and growing zone, and in the subject line saying, enter me into the Seeds of Hope. I compile the lists. There will be a cutoff date of November 15th. Okay, for people, I'm only giving you guys a 2-week period of November 15th. And then after November 15th, I close the emails and I compile the lists of US and Canada. And then what happens is, when you send out 5 cards, if everybody participates, you get anywhere from 8 to 10 packets of seeds in greeting cards over December. Essentially, you get a garden, right? Now, the reason we do this is we just want folks, not the reason, but there's many wonderful things about this. You get a garden. Somebody else who may not have people who send them greeting cards or may not have any family in the world left, they get greeting cards over the holidays. And that alone for some people is a big deal. All right. So remember, the Seeds of Hope greeting card exchange is coming up. I will be sending out email addresses and announcing it the day after Halloween, November 1st, and you will have until the 15th to submit your address and your consent to your name and address. And if your name is different from your YouTube name, please add your YouTube name to the side so that I know who I'm dealing with, or like that I know who I'm talking to, right? You can send save seed that you grew, but remember this. If you had 2 kinds of winter squash in your garden and you save seeds, they might get a hybrid. So if you are really good at seed saving, and because look at the debacle we had last year or this year with all the different seeds, and some of these were store-bought, right? So yes, you can if you know what you're doing in seed saving. Okay. Hi, Lee Powell. How are you? It was wonderful, except I missed my email of people the first time. I hope God forgives me. I loved it, so now I really want to do it. That's awesome. Hey, Robin Rose. Got your seeds ready? Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're fine, sweetheart. So that's what's going on. So we've got patrons. I got to ask you. Well, I'm going to do my patrons live at 4:00. So I'm going to actually get off here and get some housework done. And I have a patrons live stream at 4:00 where we will discuss whether or not we want to do Freaky Friday on Halloween or the Friday before Halloween. All right. This is Mrs. Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead saying thank you for putting up with me talking with a big wad in my mouth. Thank you for your support and your encouragement. Going to the dentist had to be a last-ditch effort for me, and I was richly rewarded with not only having my smile back, but getting the teeth that are gone, that were causing me so much pain, gone. Right? I do appreciate that. You know, all your encouragement and stuff. All right. I love you guys. Take care. God bless. I'm going shopping tomorrow, so there will be a video, probably a shopping video on Saturday. And I'm bringing home carrots tomorrow too. So here we go. Mwah! Take care. God bless. And let me know if you want to do some live streams with me working on carrots in the kitchen. All right. I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. And find a good dentist. Find a dentist that, you know, don't be afraid to tell your dentist that you hate going to the dentist, that you're that you know, that if you have issues with freezing and all that stuff, the more you tell them, the more they know how to handle the situation. And Dr. Salome handled it beautifully. Take care. God bless.